Cody Garbrandt and Dominick Cruz ran into each other last night. Cody posted this to his Instagram. He wrote nothing but love and respect for Dominick Cruz. Great to watch and support the best athletes in the world at the US Open. Dom posted this to his Instagram. Uriah Faber was also there. He wrote life is found in the gap between battles. And Uriah Faber posted this to his Instagram story.
Hey, break it up, guy. Break it up.
Here is Dana White's latest edition of kItFriday. This time Dana has Nutella stuffed pizza.
What's up, everybody? It's kItFriday here at UFC headquarters, and today we will be trying the Nutella stuffed pizza. Brush egg wash over puff pastry, add a layer of Nutella and roll it into the crust. Use vanilla pudding for the sauce and bake it in the oven. Add more vanilla pudding and use chopped berries for the toppings. I don't know if I like hazelnut or not, but I mean, this is basically feels like a pastry. It's impossible for this to suck. Impossible. Oh, it's amazing. This is amazing. The Nutella's in the crust. Let me try it. I feel like Portnoy now. Well, yeah, this is really good. I don't know how hard this is to make. Probably a little hard, but worth it. That's incredible. It's one of the best things I've ever had. It's like a really good pastry at a really good pastry place. Winner.
Robert Whittaker versus Dricus Du Plessis goes down at UFC 290 on July 8th. Rob on the MMRcade podcast previews the fight. He says although he is not underestimating Dricus, he believes he's just better everywhere. Be sure to check out the MMRcade channel. It's Rob's official new podcast. A link will be in the description.
I'm not underestimating Dricus at all. You don't get to where he is in the division without being damn good at what you do. I understand he's tough. I understand he's got cardio and he's got the complete skill set. But I do believe that I am just better. I believe I have everything he does and more to give, and I'm better at it. And that's just the truth. That's just facts. I never underestimate my opponents, and I know not to underestimate Dricus because he's the sort of guy that if you underestimate him, which a lot of people have, he dismantles you. He beats you up, takes you into the phone booth. He makes it a really yucky fight, and I'm not going to do that. I'm training for war, absolute 15 minutes of carnage, and that's how I always do my fights because he's a tough guy. But let me say, I am very good at fighting tough guys. I'm very good at fighting tough guys. Yeah. And I'm good at dismantling them, and I look forward to finally getting back in there international fight week and being across from him and doing my job. Obviously, I'm not looking past Dricus. Okay, I understand this is a contention fight, and this is what I want. This puts me and him in a position to fight for the title next. But I can't look past Dricus. I understand the threat he proves, the threat he presents to me, and just how dangerous he really is. And I feel like that's why I do so well against these guys, and why I beat a lot of these guys that are riding, win streaks and hype trains and everything else, because I never underestimate my opponent. I'm focusing on Dricus only, and I'm going to fight Dricus, and I'm fighting July 8th. That's all I got penned in, but I would like to fight in September as well on Sydney. I just got to do my job. I got to get in there and dismantle this fella.
Conor McGregor and Max Holloway agree to fight each other again down the line. The two fought all the way back in 2013, where Conor won via unanimous decision. Max Holloway said, "I would love to fight Conor McGregor. I was the only guy that took Conor to a decision at 45. I know he wants to come back, but that'd be a fight that would be super interesting, super fun. A lot of questions. There's a lot of unknowns because we're just two different fighters from who we were back then. And I think it'd be a fan favorite. I think a lot of fans would love that fight. A lot of fans have been asking for that fight, so we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, it's not a weight thing, bro. I'll fight him open weight. Whatever the commission would tell us. Just show up to the weight, bro. Like, you don't have to worry. I'd just love to go out there and test it. We've got to be close to each other, I guess, because all this commission stuff. But we could take it to UFC 1 rules, and we'll just show up and just fight. Why not?" Conor responded to Max via Twitter. Conor wrote, "I'm never retiring, so we're definitely fighting, lad." Michael Bisping on the Believe You Me podcast reacts to Luke Rockhold's trash talk in the build-up to his fight against Mike Perry. Bisping is not very impressed.
Listen, I've got no beef with Luke Rockhold these days whatsoever, and I wish him the best this weekend, but he just can't do it, can he? Do you know what I mean? I am no trash-talking mastermind, but I look like one when I went up against Luke Rockhold. I mean, there he is. Perry's giving him a hard time, and he's saying the best he can come up with is, I made my own bed. Well, Perry's certainly making it interesting and exciting, and so is Luke Rockhold with, once again, the choice of fashion. Now, I know they're in Colorado, and Luke Rockhold's a fashionable guy, and maybe it's me, maybe I'm wrong. Do you know what I mean? He's the model, he's the Ralph Lauren guy. I'm certainly not. But last time he had that crazy jacket, and this time I know he's in Colorado, but he's not on the slopes. You're doing an interview, you know? Oh, bloody hell, it's hilarious. I think there probably is a fair bit of interest in this fight because it's Luke Rockhold, a former UFC middleweight champion who was very, very dominant and is formidable. He's a formidable fighter, simple as that. And Mike Perry he's perfectly suited to bare knuckle. You know, Mike Perry he's a brawler. He's a little bit out there. He doesn't care. He's willing to talk a bit of crap. And I find him very, very entertaining. And I think this will be a good scrap. Let's remember, you know, I think Luke Rockhold wins this fight. I think he does, but I don't think it's going to be easy. You know, let's remember Perry beat Michael Venom Page in bare knuckle, you know, who again is very tall, 6'3", very long, you know what I mean? Perry's suited to this. He wants to get on the inside. He wants to get it dirty. He wants to, you know, just have a wild, scrappy fight. Someone like Michael Venom Page and somebody like Luke Rockhold wants to style it, wants to keep it at range, wants to use all his skill and finesse and all the rest of it. Well, the perfect antidote to that is somebody like Mike Perry that's going to try and brawl you on the inside, you know, and so he's got the momentum on his side. I still think Rockhold does it. I think Rockhold probably finishes him, if I'm honest.
Nate Diaz is scheduled to box Jake Paul on August 5th. Last night, Nate requested 12 rounds. He tweeted 12 rounds. You're on steroids, so let's put that shit to work. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post future ones. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Mendoza. It says, Nate Diaz ain't spending 8 years in prison. The second one's from Rick. It says, I've heard people straight up murdering somebody and getting less than 8 years. The injustice system is so messed up and inconsistent. And the final one says, Diaz's fights outside the ring is a successful version of BJ Penn's street brawls. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured on the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. If you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen to get caught up. And make sure to go subscribe to our second channel where we post our exclusive MMA interviews.